Hi, it's Melissa here, and I'm back with another process video for you with my December hip kit. This process video is going to focus on grids and layering, which are layering is something I do a lot and grids is something I do occasionally. So I'm just showing you what the product I'm going to be using. It's a lot of scraps from the layouts that I've been creating lately, and also the embellishments from the kit. I'm using this Pebbles paper as a background, which I really love. So I'm just laying out the pieces that I want to use, and 4 of those are the cut apart sheets from the Teresa Collins paper. And that wood veneer frame is from a paper bakery kit from, I think, probably a year ago. And I didn't use it and I hoarded it, but I thought it was time to get it down on a page. I've just backed it with a piece of pink paper to go with the colour of pink in her hoodie. So I'm gluing it down with my Tombow glue, which I think is the best because it dries so quickly. And you have a little bit of time to make sure things are in position and they're stuck fast. So I have cut some of this video out, but layering is pretty much just, for me, playing around and seeing what works best. So I've left a lot of it in just so you can see the process. Here I'm just using, I can't even remember what that word is, happiness, and I've cut that off that card. And at first I thought I'd leave a blue border, but I decided it looked better with white. And I find that larger scissors are easier to do precise cutting on straight edges. So now I'm starting to work on my layers, and you'll find that I jump around. I don't just work on the same one all the time. I look at all 4 and work out which pieces of paper look best in which square. That there's got to be one of my favourite papers in the kit as well. It's Amy Tangerine stitched, and it's just gorgeous, and you'll see me gut it in a sec because I just want to save every last scrap of it. Here I'm just working out which wood veneers. You'll see that I don't just work on all paper layers. I might do paper layers, then I might jump to doilies, and then I'll start embellishing. I decided that because the other photo has a frame, this photo also needs a bit of special treatment, so I decided to just use some white cardstock and make a really thin mat. And I actually do this on a lot of my layouts for my photos. Sometimes the photos need a bit of separation from the layers, especially if you're using a lot of layers. So I thought about cutting it like a Polaroid, but it just didn't really work. So I've trimmed that off. Now I'm distressing my edges, which is a technique I used to do a lot, but not so much at the moment. It depends really how clean the collection is. The papers in this kit are quite clean, but I wanted to just ruffle them up a bit and distress them, it helps lift the layers as well. So once I start, I do all of them, and I generally just do the edges that I know will be seen. And you'll see there that I give the paper a bit of a scrunch before I stick it down, and that just adds to the dimension as well. Here I am gutting it. Just sticking it down. Like most of my scrapbooking, I don't overthink my layers. I just look at what looks pleasing to me and go with it. Absolutely love that Go, Seek, Explore, Wonder card. It's so beautiful. And I also love that floral journaling card, which is where I will put my journaling. Now this one needed some pink as well, so I've pulled the rest of where I cut that little piece for behind the bow. And because I've got a doily on the top right photo, I also wanted to add one on the bottom left photo. I tried to get that amazing, which I'd cut from one of the cards on the page as well, but in the end it doesn't make it. So now I've decided that that photo on the top right also needs a bit more pink. So that's just a branding strip, and I've cut off the little piece that I want. And here I'm just looking for other options for pink. And I considered using that Amy Tangerine Floral, but it's just a bit too much, and it really takes over from the other floral on the page. So I go with the back of the cut apart sheet, which is blue and green, quite pretty. So these photos are of my daughter Azaria. She's 5 and she started school in July last year. And at lunchtime they go to a nearby reserve, and it's next to the lake, and they have lunch there. And there's this hill that they all love to climb up and down. And so one Saturday we went out for a coffee, and she was really, really keen to take me and show me where she plays at lunchtime. So she was so proud, and she was so cute. And so of course I took my camera and made her pose for a couple of photos. And she obliged this time, which was nice. And you'll see that she's facing in on both photos, so for me it would seem wrong to swap those photos around, so I want both of her to be looking into the centre of the page, and I think that makes good design sense. Probably hard to believe, but we're actually in the midst of what feels like a muggy heat wave at the moment. I think a lot of you that are watching are probably in places where there's snow and it's winter, but yeah, we're cooking over here. So it's trial and error. I just place pieces of paper where I think they might look good, and if they look good I commit. That is the same piece of paper, but it's a lighter part of the page. So I love it so much I've gutted that one out as well. So I'm just sticking that one down. And there I was just checking the sizes. I mean, I don't want these to be really perfect, but at the same time I do want them to look similar in size, so that one of them doesn't stand out from the rest. So for the same reason I've trimmed off the side of that card, and I'm checking again. If only I could scrap this fast in real life, that would be awesome. See, that one needed a bit of pink as well, so I've added that little strip at the bottom. Here I'm making a tag, and I'm using the Amy Tangerine map paper, and I'm using the bottom of it where it's got the world map. It doesn't have New Zealand on it, so I'm quite happy to cut that up. Just tracing around a shipping tag, and then I'll just use my crocodile to punch the hole. And I'm distressing the edges of that to keep everything uniform. And now I'm just working out where I want it, and I've trimmed it off to make it fit. Yep, and I've decided that's the best place. I just work out which layer do I want to tuck it under. So you'll notice that I don't put adhesive over all my layers. It's a trick I learnt from Maggie Holmes. I mean, it's common sense really, that if you want to tuck things in, you don't want to completely cover each layer with adhesive, and it's thrifty as well because you don't need to be using all that adhesive. Now that's a glassine bag, and I just thought it looked really cute stapled on there, just for a bit of interest. I love the wood veneers that come in this kit, really cute. So I'm just playing around now with embellishments, deciding what I want and where I want it to go. So the happiness little banner I've popped up on dimensionals. And at one point I actually thought that would be my title, but I changed my mind. So I'm going to the rub-ons, trying to work out what would look good, but I've decided no, I'm not going to use them. So now I'm committing myself and sticking them all down, and I've cut out me sticking the rest down, and now you're seeing me doing the embellishments. So I just love these puffy stickers, they're so cute. And I've layered puffy stickers here. I put a little circle on top of the camera. Now I'm going through the Amy Tangerine ephemera, trying to see if anything's going to work. Quite liked that little yellow one, but the colour was wrong. Trying everything out. It's just trial and error to see what looks good. Now my video camera stopped recording, but I wasn't aware of it, but I'll talk you through on the final layout. So that little die cut there that says write this down is perfect, because that's the box that my journaling is going to go in. So I just pop it up on some dimensionals as well. And this is where my video stopped. So there's the final page. I added white acrylic paint in some areas under and around my layers. I put extra twine on my tag. I stamped a plus sign with pink ink, and it's an old Studio Calico stamp. And I used the Dear Lizzie title thickers to say right now. And here's some close-up shots. Thanks so much for watching, and thank you to my new subscribers and all your lovely comments. And I'll be back again soon. Bye.